Okay. Vita. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that Texas.
What's there, baby? You already know. Big Boss Hog, Boss Dog, can't pull through the door. The touch of box. Your boy is tired in the mug, but I'm going to shoot this video for you. For real. Excuse me. Sometimes don't let good people do it off yourself. Call a bear if I lie. Remember you met them. Now, I'm talking about Errol Spence. He was seen training with his partner, friend, Marvelous Jarvis. Those who don't know, Marvelous Jarvis is a comedian / pro boxer, right? I first recognized him for his skits, and then I realized he was a pro boxer. You know what I'm saying? I think he fought like last year or the year before last. But dude is a solid brother. You know what I mean? But I just want to talk about how Errol Spence look. You see some people, they saying he needs to retire. They still talking about that stuff. I feel like this. If Errol come out and say he want to retire, that's cool. You know what I mean? But from what I see, I don't think he needs to retire. I think what Errol got to do is basically, let me get back on topic. Errol, how he looked in the video, he looked like he just getting back into the photo boxing. That's how he looked at it, right? He didn't look too out of shape. He looked like all he been doing is just running, right? And vacationing, running and vacationing. That's what he looked like he been doing. And, he trying to get his timer down. Now, there were some people saying that Errol look rusty and, this, that, and the third. He don't look the same and all that. And I hear y'all, but you got to understand, different coaches hold the mitts different ways. You know what I mean? My first coach held the mitts a certain way, right? It was different than my second coach. My second coach, he held the mitts a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like combination based. It wasn't even more really about power shots. It was just about getting combinations off. You know what I'm saying? With the second coach. The first coach, it was more about shot placement. And because I'm a power puncher. I was a power puncher. I'm not active anymore. But I was a power puncher. So he wanted me to sit on my punches more. You know what I mean? Whereas my second coach, he wanted me to box and get on my toes and things like that. You know what I mean? So it all just depends on, who holding the mitts for you. Everybody hold the mitts differently. Everybody have different outlook on, how they want stuff done and things like that. It's just different. You know what I mean? But Errol looked like he getting back into the photo boxing. You know what I mean? Apparently he wanted to fight Fundura, but it's looking like he's not going to be able to get that fight with Fundura. Fundura is going to be out, for a couple of, I think it's looking like up until next year. You know what I mean? So Errol got to figure something out. Is he going to sit out till next year or is he going to fight again? And if I'm Errol, I go ahead and take a fight. Now, who's going to be coaching him? I don't know. You know what I mean? I watched an interview with Keith Thurman, and he talked about how all great things come to an end. You know what I mean? And, I agree. It's sad, but I agree. Great things come to an end. Him and Derek James were a good tandem, and you could see the impact that Derek James had on Errol Spence's career, him as a fighter. You look at Errol Spence's style, you see Derek James, you see the reason why Errol Spence is fighting how he's fighting, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It comes from Derek James. So, to get back on topic, I think that, Errol got to get back in there and fight. Even if it's against a no-name guy, he just got to get back in there and fight. You know what I mean? He been not taking tune-ups for the longest time. Now is the time for him to take a tune-up. That's just what it is. He been not taking tune-ups. He been fighting tough fights. He ain't been running from no smoke. He been fighting all these fights. Take a tune-up, get your feet wet, see how you feel at this new weight class, and then go in there, the top of next year, if the fight is available, fight Sebastian Fundora. which is a tough fight for Errol. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, a lot of people feel like Fundura is trash. I keep telling y'all, and this is what I be sitting there saying, y'all disrespect fighters, bro. I don't disrespect fighters. You know what I mean? I know this sport in and out. And, you know, even when the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford was supposed to fight, you never heard me say Terrence Crawford's a bad fighter, he sucked, nothing like that. I even told y'all about Terrence Crawford as far as what good attributes he has as a fighter. I told you about what good attributes he has as a fighter, ways he can win, things like that. These are the things that I explain. You know what I mean? And I said Errol got to fight a complete fight. Errol didn't even fight a half a fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, Errol tried. You know, he was still fighting. He went down swinging. You know what I'm saying? And but that's what that is. Went down swinging, which I seen somebody in the comment section of a video say that. They said, man, look, they're a Terrence Crawford supporter, a Terrence Crawford fan. They said, but, you know, they got to give Errol a lot of respect because Errol ain't fold like a lot of boxers would. He went down swinging. He went down on his shield. You get what I mean? In which a lot of these boys out here ain't built like that. That's why I laugh at a lot of comments that people put because they make comments and these boys ain't been in the ring before. They don't even know what it's like to get punched in their face. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that feeling, man. They don't know. They don't know what it's like to walk to that ring. They don't know. They have not a clue. You know what I'm saying? They just talk it because they can talk. And, you know, their favorite fighter won. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know. But I think that, Errol, though I say he got a lot left, I believe he got a lot left. You know what I mean? But I think it's all at 154. That's what I believe. And I think that Errol need to focus on that. Now, I don't want Errol to get caught up in, you know, any type of antics because his boxing game is dirty, as you can see. You know, look at Ryan Garcia in that situation. You know what I mean? So, I don't want him to get caught up in a situation where, like, oh, he being used to elevate. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we just got to understand this. Errol Spence is a top fighter, right? He took one loss to one of the guys who people deem as pound for pound number one. Not on my list, but they deem him as pound for pound number one. That's Terrence Crawford, right? So Terrence Crawford beat him. You know, he lost to one of the best fighters in the game, so still a top fighter. But I think Errol just gotta. Only Errol can answer these questions, though. We can sit here and speculate. People can say, hey, Errol Spence is done. People can say, hey, you know, Errol ain't done. We can say all that, but at the end of the day, the only person that really knows Errol. You know what I'm saying? He the only person that really knows if he need to retire or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, when Errol fight again, you know, it's going to do numbers. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. When Errol fight again, it's going to do numbers. All you got to do is look at the proof is in the pudding. When I talk about Errol Spence, the Bud Buddies blow up my page. They blow up my page when I talk about Terrence Crawford alone, they don't blow up my page. When I say anything about Terrence Crawford, good or bad, they don't blow up my page. But when I talk about Errol, and I say, man, Errol gonna come back and anything positive about Errol, you don't know. It make their blood boil. Boy, I be laughing. I be like, these boys here, they crazy. Then they'll put a comment, oh, you it's bitter because your boy lost. I don't have a boy. I don't understand that. I got daughters. I got 2 daughters. I don't have a boy. So I don't understand what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not emotionally invested in no fighters. I don't operate like that. I know they do. Y'all operate like that. Y'all emotionally invested in Terrence Crawford. I know y'all gonna commit suicide if that nigga lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, if that nigga lose, and I was saying this before the fight, I said, look at the difference between my responses and your responses. That's all I gotta say. If I'll say this here. If I only cared about Errol Spence, I would only talk about Errol Spence. I wouldn't talk about the greatness of Terrence Crawford and the great things he can do. I wouldn't talk about how great of a fighter he is and, and things like that. I wouldn't even discuss it. I'd just leave it alone. But I didn't do that. You know what I mean? I talked about Terrence Crawford greatness. You got channels, they say Errol Spence suck. You got Devin Haney channels, they say Javante Tank Davis suck. Like, bro, these channels exist, bro. They don't talk about nothing good about no other fighters. Boss do. Boss keep it 1,000. Boss talk boxing. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm sleepy, didn't I? Boss talk boxing, though. You know what I'm saying? I talk boxing, and I give fighters their credit. Nah, if they do some crash dumb stuff, I'm going to call them out on it. That's just what it is, which a lot of time Crawford do be doing. He be doing crash dumb stuff outside the ring. Inside the ring, he a trooper. He a killer. But outside the ring, he be moving funny. And that's just what it is. You can't finesse, bro. You know what I'm saying? He be doing stuff, and I be like, bro, like, and then they be like, yeah, you saw that? Yeah. Like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? That nigga clearly, But don't get me started, man. So all I'm saying at the end of the day, to keep it a buck with you, man, like, I think Errol could do some damage at 54. Can he become undisputed 54? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It depends on his body, depends on him, because you don't know how his body gonna hold up. You know what I'm saying? His eyes, So, and then we don't know what type of coach he gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So, I would like for him to probably pair with Bozy. I think Bozy will be able to help him. Something new. And Bozy is old school. He come from that old school grit and grind, type of boxing. Where it's like, we got to get this out the mud type of ordeal. You feel what I'm saying? So, I like that for Errol. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be able to do better with Bozy. You know what I'm saying? I think Bozy will be able to reach him and, get more out of him than any other coach. Maybe Barry Hunter may be able to get something out of him. Pause. Kenny Porter, you know what I'm saying? But, I think what Errol got to do is just Errol got to, he ain't got no problem locking in. I won't say lock, I think it's just more, he just got to decide who going to fit. You know what I'm saying? Who going to fit what he trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I think Bozy would fit perfectly with them. Bozy, Greg Hackett, and all of them. I think they'll be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, if Errol join Bozy in them, then, that Jambu's in his. But I think Boots now, he say he want to fight Errol, but I don't think he really care about that no more. He want to fight Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Because Crawford talking greasy. Errol never really talked greasy to Boots. You know what I mean? He just kind of be like, hey, your time coming, we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Errol never really, said nothing crazy. Crawford was saying crazy stuff to Boots. So, Boots want that fight. But we shall see, man. That 154 is a dangerous position. That's what I'm saying. That's a dangerous position. It's a dangerous division. You get what I mean? Because you just never know. You don't know, You know, it could be a shocker in there. You know what I'm saying? You know, you may think a dude a favorite, he go in that fight and then he get washed or he lose. You know what I mean? So I know the Bud Brothers, they like, oh, Crawford would never lose to anybody at 54. He's gonna retire undefeated. It's possible. It's very possible. And I think, you know, the reason why Crawford is willing to seek undisputed at 154 is because he got to fight like maybe 2 or 3 fights and he gonna get the belts. When Errol was at 47, them belts was all over the place on PBC side. Errol had to fight tough fight after tough fight after tough fight after tough fight to get them belts. Whereas Bud was chilling. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it 1,000, man. You know what I mean? You know me. I'm going to keep it 1,000. And that's what that is. We got to deal with the reality of the situation. You know, a lot of y'all don't want to, we got to deal with reality. Reality of the situation is this. Bud held onto the belt, his belt, waited for Errol to do what he needed to do, and then they fought. You know what I mean? That's just real talk. You know, you can take it, put it in your pipe and smoke it. That's what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and take a nap, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss go.